Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I hope that all of you are starting to feel better. I know most of you guys are starting to feel what I was talking about a week ago. That sense of peace and calmness. Like there's nothing that you have to do, nowhere you have to be. You have broken your routines and you're letting go of the what ifs, the worry, and you're just in a really quiet, calm place where you're observing now everything that's going on around you, just watching it, just watching people, the way they're reacting, the things they're doing, things that unfold in your life. And when negative stuff or just annoying stuff that would go on in your life presents itself, you're just sitting there and there's no emotion attached to it. Like, oh, I have to pay this bill and I have to do this and that. And you're just sitting there like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Doesn't, it's not priority anymore. I guess that's the best way to put it. Some are still going through not October, I'm sorry. I always get my months confused. Still going through August. Crazy, crazy tidal wave of just bombarded with different emotions and physical pain. And August was ridiculous. September got a little bit better. Summer's still in that September stage, the beginning of September. But like I said, for the most, it's calmed down. There's just a calmness in the air. Although for some reason we've been picking up on the last 4 days. Today's October 6th. We've been picking up the last 4 days on an energy around us that's not resonating with who we are. At this stage, you guys are just becoming pure love. And there's an energy outside of you that we've all felt the last few days where it just feels like complete chaos. Observing people, you'll notice that there's just this cold look. There's just this cold look on their faces. There's nothing there when you look in their eyes, and they're very confrontational with one another. Those that, I don't want to say that are not awake, but perhaps those that are bots, you will notice if you're in a place and they just kind of look at you and they move away as if you zap them with something. It's pretty cool, actually. And then they just have this look on their face of pure hatred. They look at you like they hate you, and just looked at them like whatever. It did nothing. You do nothing wrong, and they just look at you like that, and then it's as like you just tasered them. They actually jolt back, and you didn't do anything but look at them. Observing what's going on, and like I said, feeling that energy in the air, but not being a part of it. You're still in your space of just observing. Okay. You see what's going on, and it's comical in some ways. Other ways, it's sad. Comical in the sense where you look at it and go, how did I ever get stuck in that drama in my life with people that are negative and how did I ever get, you just go through this whole process. But like I said, without a feeling attached to it, you're not angry at yourself. You're not beating yourself up no more. You just, oh, okay. It's weird. My chair just moved a little bit by itself. Yeah. So, uh, give me a minute, guys. All right. Yeah. So you're starting to look at everything and you completely detached yourself. What's the best way I can put it? Like, it's really nothing that you had to teach yourselves to do. It kind of just, it happened right after September 26th. It just started happening on its own, where your brain, your CPU, was kind of shutting itself off to any kind of negative frequencies, where it does not affect you mentally. It doesn't even go through your computer. It just, you could just observe it without any emotion attached to it. And I mean everything in your life. There's nothing that you have to do. There's nothing that you have to do at this time. You don't have to worry about, how am I going to be able to stay in this space? What if somebody comes in my life? And for those that are just starting to experience it, okay? And what if, that toxic person I know starts an argument with me, and then they're going to pull me out of this tranquility that I'm in? It's not going to happen. Don't be afraid. It's really not going to happen. If that toxic person or whoever starts shit in your life, starts a confrontation, you're going to notice that you're not even going to respond. Not because you're holding it in, or because you're like, I want to be of peace in my heart, so I'm not going to be confrontational. No, you honestly will look at them and have zero thoughts going in your head on how to retaliate, how to, come back with something just as sarcastic to hurt them. There is no connection. There is absolutely no connection to wanting revenge or, any of that. You just find yourself looking at that person and there's nothing there. In your mind, there is nothing there but peace. I've had quite a few people, and you know who you are, all of you, reach out to me and said that a lot of really strange things have been happening. As far as one friend of mine who's on my Facebook, sweetheart, she had said something about, she knew a person who had died, a kid, when they were in school, and just so happens that that person's still alive. Or I think she had said something about her boyfriend's tattoo being different, changing. People are experiencing the strangest things, and it's so constant. It's so throughout the day, the most bizarre, but what we call bizarre things, right? But for some of us, that's kind of the new normal now. So, and I am so proud of these people, because if it was 2 months ago and they reached out, they'd be tripping out so bad. But this time they're not anymore. And you could feel that there's a sense of calm. And, one of them even said, I'm not tripping out about it. It's just, you have to go with the flow. Okay, guys? Like I said in the last video, things are going to amp up. And you can't analyze it to death. You can't, question your sanity, question your memory. You just have to step away and let all these changes take place. And for the most part, like I said before, the fact that you guys aren't reacting the way you used to react, or trip out and stuff like that, is actually something that happened to you on its own. Like I said, around the 26th of September, you detached yourself from the illusion, I guess I could say, right? And I'm really proud. I'm really proud of you guys. You know, just go with the flow, look at it, and just be okay with it. Let everything change. Don't let it bother you. Actually, when you start to see more and more changes, I want you guys to be more and more happy. More and more happy, because it's happening faster. And the more you accept and you ride the wave, the faster you will understand what you are and what this is all about. And when you no longer have fear and you have trust, and you know what this is all about and what you are, you will be able to watch all your manifestation, positive manifestations, and I hate that word, positive things that you wanted to create in your life start to come in on their own. A little bit here, a little bit there. Person you haven't seen in a long time comes back, and you're like, yay, you know. It's just all starting to come to you. There's nothing that you have to do at this time. You will see it all come to you in such a beautiful, beautiful way. And that's you creating your new reality of what you're going to experience, okay? Let's see, what else could I say? Yeah, so those that are still going through it, communicate with each other in the chat. Be there for one another. Those that are past those stages, help people. Help people. If you can leave your information in the chat box of where you can be, contacted to help those, this is the time, okay? Remember, we are not here to convince anyone of anything. I am not here to convince you or teach you anything. I'm letting you know this is what's going on. And if you feel it, then pay attention. Okay. I don't get into all the technical stuff. And for the most part, you guys know that. I don't get into, how this is being done, who's doing it. I mean, I've had a couple of, interviews and topics, and we threw that potato around, right? Do I like to get into it? Sometimes, yeah, but it's fun. But for the most part, I'm not really interested in how they are creating this interference frequency that's kind of throwing us off our game. Not anymore, though, but they made it hell for us to, we went through a lot, okay? This past year, we went through a lot. I'm not concerned on how they do it. I don't need a mathematical equation to figure it out. You have a few people out there that make videos about, they kind of break it down for you and say, okay, this is their theory, and it's a possibility. This is how it's happening, and the Mandela effect is happening this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, whatever. They could break down creation for you. Well, we are spirits that become soul, that become plasma, that become, whatever. They can do it if that's what you're interested in. There's nothing wrong with it. And on my channel, I don't discuss that. I like to discuss what's going on and what we need to do to get through it and what's to come. I don't think that it's a good idea for people that are still going through August ridiculous wave should be going down the rabbit hole right now and researching a million different things on how and could it be and this is it and them and blah, blah, blah. It's not a good idea, because when you start to go down the rabbit hole in your own research, you'll notice that the hours go by very quickly and the days go by very quickly, and you pull yourself out of the place where you're supposed to be of just observing what's going on. So it kind of halts your progress, if that makes any sense, right? Like I said, there are a couple of channels. I might list some that'll break it down for you. You know, they've done all the work, they've done all the research, and you can actually get a whole lot out of watching just one video instead of going into different topics on how or who. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to leave you with one thing. Okay. Pay attention to what you are thinking. Pay attention to the way you speak, the things that are coming out of your mouth. Oh shit, I can't get into it. All right. Be very aware. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. Pay attention to your thoughts. And if you get stupid negative thoughts, just go to something else, go to something else, go to something else. But most important, like I know I'm repeating myself, but most importantly, be careful for what comes out of your mouth. I have to leave it at that. I'm sorry. I just do right now. So I can't get any more into it. Just be alert. Just be aware of what the things that are coming out of your mouth, and choose your words wisely. Because yeah, we are still at a manifestation period. And although the words that come out of your mouth might be positive, because the human language is so manipulated beyond anything that we can even understand, we think that we're saying something positive, but it actually isn't. So choose your words wisely, because those things will come to manifestation. They will come to fruit, because that window is not closed yet. For those that know exactly what I'm talking about, sometimes I do talk in riddles, and people say, well, why don't you just say what you're trying to say? And I can't. Just trust me on that, all right? Yeah. With that, guys, I don't know what you believe in. I don't know if you believe in a creator. I don't know what you believe in, but there's a lot of shit going on right now in the world, and I understand the whole duality thing, and you can't have good without bad, but they have tipped the scales. The scales are completely tipped with the bad. It's just, it's completely, it's chaos. It's ridiculous. And a lot of people had reached out and said, how do you stay so positive in a world that's falling to shit, and you believe in God? Show me God. Show me where's God, where is he? And I will tell you, you ask me to show you where God is, and I will ask you to show me where he's not. You look into a child's eyes. You look into your pet's eyes. Look into your own eyes. Tell me where he's not. Oh, well, you're talking about things that could be created like AI and this and that, and it doesn't mean anything. Sure, 250 trillion cells in the human body. Each one of them has their own immune system, spleen, you name it. No, that's not, that can't be created. That's not wires like a robot, okay? Regardless of the technology that they will be able to accomplish with AI, the thing that they will never be able to accomplish is that you could look into the eyes of a robot and see nothing. No soul. So regardless how conscious it is and blah, 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 it's not the same as looking into a person's eyes. And like I said, the next time you ask yourself, where's God with all this? Look around at everything. And then say, what am I thinking? Show me where he's not. Okay? You guys will all be okay. Stay in this calm place of tranquility. I love you all. I really do. I really do. And things are getting better. They are getting better very fast. I think this is going to be a pretty good month. I have this, I mentioned it before, and I don't really get into it too much because I'm not sure about it, what it's trying to say, but there's something with December. There's something with Christmas. There's something about that time frame, and I don't know what. And nobody needs to concern themselves with it. It will always be positive, but something big is coming, and we know that because we feel the build up for years. We feel the build up. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you guys back here soon. Okay, I have a squirrel running across my lanai. He's waiting for me to feed him. He comes every day. I call him Jacob. Okay, anyway, I love you all, and blessings to every one of you, and I will be back here soon.